All right, let's just jump right in. Today, we are cracking open a paper from the new physics that, and I'm not exaggerating, suggests we need to completely rewrite our understanding of time itself. Seriously, forget everything you thought you knew about the past, present, and future. This is going to get weird, and it is absolutely fascinating.
And here it is. This is the knockout punch of the entire theory. And they don't mean this as some kind of metaphor. The whole argument here is that this is the literal, structural reality of our universe. Time isn't some river we're all just floating down. Nope, it's a resource. A resource that we are constantly and irreversibly spending.
So let's just start with that question. I mean, really think about it. Every single second you feel ticking by, every memory that you form. What if that feeling, that sense of flow, is just your brain's way of interpreting a much stranger and way more finite process? That's what we're going to unpack. To really get where we're going, we kind of have to know where we've been. For centuries, physics has been trying to nail down what time is. But this new theory says that all those previous attempts, they were just describing the effects of time, not what's actually causing it. So here's a quick rundown of the greatest hits. You had Newton, who saw time as this universal clock, ticking the same for everyone, everywhere. Then Einstein comes along and blows that up, showing us it's a relative dimension, all woven into space-time. And for quantum mechanics, well, it's often just a background number, a parameter. But the new paper says, thanks, but no thanks. It argues they're all just pieces of the puzzle, and that they're all about to be replaced. So what's the big idea? What replaces all that? Let's get right to the core of it. The whole thing is built on two brand new definitions that, when you put them together, totally redefine reality as we know it. Okay, first up is this concept of structural coherence. The easiest way to think about it is as the universe's total, finite potential to change. It's the cosmic fuel that lets a star ignite, a planet form, or even a thought to pop into your head. Every single thing that happens, big or small, draws from this one shared cosmic fuel tank. And this is where it all clicks together. If structural coherence is the fuel, then time is nothing more than the process of that fuel getting used up. Every event, every change, everything that happens anywhere in the universe, it consumes a tiny piece of this finite coherence. And what we perceive as the passage of time is just us experiencing that consumption. And this is probably the best way to picture it. The universe started out like a fully charged battery, right? 100%. Every moment that passes is just that battery level dropping. 99%, 98%, you get the idea. Time isn't moving forward. The universe is just running down. So you see the massive flip in thinking here? It's a total 180. A clock isn't telling you how much time has gone by since the Big Bang. It's actually telling you how much structural potential, how much fuel is left in the tank. It is a count down, not a count up. Now look, a radical idea is only useful if it can actually explain the world we observe, right? And this is where the theory gets really, really powerful. It doesn't just toss out old physics, it actually reinterprets it under one single unified idea. Okay, take Einstein's theory. We know that time slows down near massive objects. It's called time dilation. The old idea was that gravity is warping the fabric of space-time. But the new idea is that a massive gravitational field acts like a coherence preservative. It makes that cosmic battery drain slower in that spot. So an astronaut near a black hole isn't moving through time more slowly, their structural fuel just being burned more efficiently. It also gives us a new way to look at quantum mechanics. You know, that weirdness where a particle is in many states at once until you look at it? Well, this theory says that a quantum system in that fuzzy state has a rich little pocket of local coherence. The act of measuring it forces it to pick a state, and that is a very costly event that just drains that local reserve almost instantly. The whole mystery of quantum collapse just becomes an act of coherence getting used up. Okay, this is some pretty heavy mind-bending physics, I know, but let's bring it back home. What does any of this actually mean for us, for our lives, for how we experience reality? Well, the implications are just profound. So let's break down the consequences. First, the past is truly gone. It's not existing somewhere back on a timeline. It's spent fuel, depleted coherence. You can't revisit it because the potential that created it is exhausted. The future, on the other hand, isn't someplace you're headed to. It's just the unspent charge left in the battery. And this leads to a huge conclusion. Time travel into the past is structurally impossible. You simply can't recharge the cosmic battery. This changes everything about how we see ourselves. Your now, this present moment, isn't some moving dot on an infinite line. It is the current charge level of the entire universe. This also means that popular sci-fi idea of the block universe, where the past, present, and future all exist forever, well, that's impossible. Only the current state of coherence is real. And that feeling of time flowing, according to the paper, that's just your brain doing what it does best, taking a series of discrete, separate snapshots of reality and smoothing them into a continuous movie.
This brings up a pretty obvious question, right? If time doesn't flow, then what in the world is my watch doing? What are those hyper-accurate atomic clocks measuring, if not the flow of time?
And the answer is actually so simple and elegant. Every single clock, whether it's based on a decaying atom, a swinging pendulum, or even the biological aging of the cells in your body, is just a device that measures a rate of change. And in this model, all change is coherence exhaustion. So clocks aren't measuring a flow at all. They're just counting depletion events. We've just mistaken their forward-ticking display for the fundamental nature of reality itself.
And so, that leaves us with this, a final thought-provoking twist. The next time you check your watch, the real question isn't what time is it? It's how much time is left. This theory reframes our entire existence, not as a journey through time, but as us being participants in one grand cosmic countdown. A truly mind-bending idea to sit with.